The first step is to collect your material. You'll need to pick your medium, and you could either pick a wood board, which you can pick up from any arts and crafts store, which is like compressed paper. It's hard and it feels like wood, and one side's smooth and one side's rough, and you'll be painting on the smooth side. Or you could pick a canvas like this, which is like a tan cloth, which is stretched across a wood frame and stapled on the sides. And you'll also need your primer to prime your board, your spray to protect it, acrylic paint, a pen, a paintbrush, and a plate to put your paint on. The second step is to prepare your medium. By doing this, you'll need to prime your board by taking your primer and painting the whole front surface of the side you're painting on. And you'll know when it's done when it's all completely white and you won't see any more of the tan cloth. After that, you'll let it sit for 24 hours. The third step is to choose your colors. You can choose any colors you want. You can't really go wrong. You have to make it personal to yourself, any colors you really like. And there's also two different kinds of paints you can use. You can use an oil paint, which is for more experienced painters, or you can use an acrylic paint, which I use for this, and it comes in a tube similar to this, and it's easier to use and it shows more definition in the painting. The fourth step is to transfer your image. You could do that two different ways by renting a projector from an arts and crafts store. All you have to do is put your image in the projector and it'll project your image on the board, and you hang up your image and you just draw out the outline of your image on the board. Or you could, if you have enough experience, you could freehand it yourself. The fifth step is to actually paint your image. I started off by painting the black outline of this image because it's easier to start from the outside and go in. After that, I painted the gray as a shadow almost to outline the black, and then I painted the tan inside. After I painted all three of those, I came back in and I did some detail along the outside with the hair and detail along and just made it more detailed. After I painted that, I took the background and I did a couple coats to make it nice and bold. The sixth step is to apply your clear coat, and you just take this and you take like a foot away or 15 inches and you took one coat of the spray and you let it sit for about 15 minutes after your painting's done, and then you come up with a finished product like this. As you can see, to produce gallery quality art, it's not as hard as you think. Think about all the fun you'll have, all the money you'll save, and all the friends you'll impress. Thank you. Hello, my name is James Batin, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on supporting your local food banks. Do you remember a time when you were so hungry you couldn't get food for days? Have you ever experienced the fear of not knowing where you're going to get your next meal? Have you ever thought about eating from the garbage because you had no money? Well, stats from the U.S. Census Bureau and USDA said that in 2008, 38.9 million, which is 13.2% of the population, were in poverty. Out of that number, 14 million were under the age of 18. It was also found that 3.6 million of this number were 65 years and older. In that same year, 4.8 million households accessed emergency food from a pantry one or more times. At the end of 2009, with the growing unemployment rate driven by a very weak job market, these stats predicted to be even worse. And this is happening in one of the most wealthy countries in the world. These stats have more than doubled since the year 2000. Black and Hispanic households experience food shortages at far higher rates than the national average. The reoccurring and involuntary lack of access to food can lead to malnutrition over time. In the same developing nations where famine is widespread, hunger manifests itself as a severe and visible clinical malnutrition. Though this happens in the U.S., it's not as severe as it is, but it is still a growing problem. This is due to a part in the federal nutrition programs which help those